Did it work? Does anyone know? Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of, oh, wait a minute. But tonight's episode of SAMSARA'S SOIREE. I am SAMSARA, and tonight we have our usual ensemble of DAMIAN, VULETA, and MAREE SHEFFORD, and April GARREFFA, Joe Boyd, Josh Hayes, and SAMSARA'S Millar. Now, before we begin, I need to point out that we did advertise that Rohan Hayes would be on the show tonight. And unfortunately, she can't. Something came up at the last minute. So she's going to join us in a month's time because she... yes, she just can't be with us tonight. And you'll also notice behind me, SAMSARA'S Soirusical with 8 original songs. So just to remind you, next fortnight at 7 p.m. on Sunday, we have SAMSARA'S Soirusical. And this is only a part of our 12-person cast. So go and join us. Now, most of us are here in Melbourne, except for the lovely Sarah Rose, who is in New South Wales. Smart woman. And as you all know, in Melbourne, we are in lockdown, and which means that we're required to wear masks at all times. So I'm going to, oops. So there you go. I have my mask on tonight. Actually, we're going to have an array. We're going to have a bit of an array of masks. Now, what I will admit is this particular mask is not very useful for COVID-19. It's not actually covering any of my airways. But so this is an at-home mask. And specifically, because you have to wear the masks all the time, I use this one for when I'm sleeping so that I can comply with Victorian law and, of course, look stunning. So, yes, this is my first mask of the evening. But I'm not going to actually be able to wear this and make the cocktail. So I just want to show you how glamorous I am even when I'm in bed. And I'm going to be very practical, okay? So this is actually the main one people are wearing, these disposable ones. Now, don't do what I did, which is I wore it with the white side out, and then this lovely little shopkeeper came running after me one day and said, "You're not wearing it the right way around." Apparently, it's the blue side out. So I think it's purely a comfort thing, to be honest, because the white side doesn't have seams. So here I am, all masked up, Melbourne style, so that we can do our very first thing, which is the Pink Lady. This is a complicated cocktail, so I'm so going to get it wrong. Okay, we begin with, I can't even find the recipe. Here we go. Oh, yeah, my favorite bit actually is, I'm going to spotlight this because it's easier, I think, for everybody. I don't know how to use this. I don't want to rename. How do I spotlight? Oh, I know. I'm so good at this Zoom business, guys. I know. It's amazing. Okay, so we need 4 parts gin, oh gosh. How do I do that every time? This is why I need the mask. It's because I'm really dangerous. I think that's for the lovely Bombay Sapphire, as you will. Okay, then I need 2 of the lovely fresh lemon juice that I always carry around with me at all times. Oops. Straight off the manufacturing tree. Comes with that slightly metallic flavor that we all know and love. Okay, then I need a half a shot of grenadine. Now, I didn't know what grenadine was, and it turns out it's only pomegranate cordial, but I couldn't get it in the supermarket. So, and I couldn't get it in my local Coles liquor shop or my Woolworths liquor shop. So I had to go all the way to Dan Murphy's, which is like blocks and blocks away, but luckily still in my postcode, so I wasn't breaking the law. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's just got a late arrival. Very exciting. Gillian's with us. Okay, now, that's the grenadine. I can't actually read tonight for some reason. Okay, 1 egg white, which I prepared earlier. The egg white is to create frothiness when you shake it up, in case you're kind of going, ooh, egg white.
Oh.
And, somebody just had something happen to them. And then we have this stuff called coffee creamer, which is a very American thing, but I've just made the closest version of it that I could come up with. One of these, these complicated ones, I don't know. So mine is just really milk powder and icing sugar. Oh yeah. With a little bit of vanilla essence, because that seemed to be about right. And then I need, see, there's still more. Oh, right, okay. Then I just need some ice, which you really need to create the froth when you're, ooh, whoops. Oh, catastrophe. I just put my hand in the leftover coffee creamer and then knocked over my glass. Of course I did. Anyway, we shake that all up. That's a very full shake. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights, I can tell. Okay, so I'm shaking. Oh gosh, I literally, oh, it smells good. Spilt this stuff all down my front and on my mouse pad. Okay, so here's the pink lady. How pink is that? Okay, and you're supposed to garnish with a cherry. Now, cherries are not in season, but I found these cute little, and I don't like maraschino cherries, but I found some morello cherries in syrup. But that doesn't really work because it just fell down to the bottom of the glass. Probably all the syrup. Anyway, let's have a taste. You know what? That's not that bad. I can't live with that. Oh, actually, it's got a sting. Oh, that must be the gin. It's got a bit of a sting in its tail. Anyway, so that's me and my coffee creamer. And now we are going to leave this and go to our usual opening number with Sarah-Rose Millar, bringing us another glorious tune. Take it away, Sarah-Rose.
We've not been happy for a while, but there's a glint of something, the baby hope behind your eyes. And baby, I'd do anything just to keep you near, but I have to shout out loud just so you can hear. Maybe we'll crash and burn, but we'll meet on the other side. Don't believe anything anyone says, They don't know you as well as I. I've lost my baby once before, and I won't let it happen twice. So when the whole world crumbles and falls, before hell freezes over, we have to escape. Let's run away into the night. I still remember like it was yesterday, although it feels like a lifetime. It's only 2 years to the day. I stood there on the sand and I glanced around. I hoped I'd swim, but I was scared I'd drown. Past the point of no return, it was far too late to get away. Don't believe anything anyone said. They don't know you as well as I. I've lost my baby once before, and I won't let it happen twice. So when the whole world crumbles and falls, just before hell freezes over, we have to escape. Let's run away into the night. You and I against the world, but at least I'm not alone. In a land where the seasons fade into one, and on many miles from home, I could never go back to where I've come from. It's just not the same. I left for a reason, and now I'm leaving again. Don't believe anything anyone says. They don't know you as well as I. Lost my baby once before, and I won't let it happen twice. So when the whole world crumbles and falls, just before hell freezes over, we have to escape. Let's run away into the night. Run away with me to populate my dream. Love is only a state of mind, and it's never what it seems. What it seems. Just a state of mind, never what it seems. Run into the night.
Amazing. So good. Thank you. Okay. So, I can see that that Joe has decided to comply with the masking situation. Joe, tell us about your mask.
Well, did you get that?
How good is that in compliance with the, like, can you go outside in that?
Oh, I can go literally anywhere I want, because basically if anyone gets in my way, I just do that, you know, that chokehold thingy. They get out of the way pretty quick. It's a win-win.
I like it. I like it.
Skip cues like you wouldn't believe. It's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Josh, you're looking a little bit gangster there.
Yes, I certainly am.
Excellent. So is that COVID safe for outdoor use?
Probably not, but what are you going to do? I'm using it while ISO, so
Yeah.
as you can see, gangster's paradise.
I think it complies, I think, because it's cloth, but I don't know how comfortable it would be to do that.
Making it hard to drink my wine.
Yeah, I noticed that. See, that's why I'm going for my indoor masks at the moment, so I can drink my Pink Lady. And you see, this is, again, not COVID safe. It's an indoor mask, and this is my cocktail mask. As you can see, it's keeps me perfectly safe while drinking cocktails indoors. which is what we really need from our masks. Okay, so okay, so now we're going to go to the lovely Maree. Gillian Scott wrote a monologue and another monologue, and Maree is going to perform it for us. So take it away, Maree.
Oh my, I've chosen so well. I mean, my husband is in the top 1% of humans. If I'm to believe the horror stories about relationships that I read and hear about from my friends. It still sounds a little ridiculous, I know. I have a lot of young friends, not to mention 20-something children, and all I see is that they are afraid. They're afraid of each other, what's next in their lives, afraid of being buried under a mountain of menial jobs and study, afraid of mounting debt, and most puzzling to me, sex. Mind you, who could blame them? Instead of connecting in person and say an inviting pub or through a hobby, breathing in the scent of a person, hearing the tone of their voice, the way their face crinkles when they smile, taking the time to build the connections with one another. They have filtered pictures, a snap judgment to make, and a shopping list of traits that are desirable. Okay, I don't understand young people, as one shouted at me. Well, actually, no, they didn't shout. They wrote on Messenger to me once. They were frustrated at me for being upset over something they presumably thought I should suck up. On an intellectual level, I understood what they were fed up about, but emotionally, their behaviour made me feel like a pointless old piece of crap. So I wrote down how I felt. I never intended to send it, but hey, being a cat-handed older person with not enough experience of Messenger at the time, I accidentally sent it. It was the beginning of the end of that friendship. And years after, I still feel shitty. I shouldn't have indulged. But what I do acknowledge was a crush. It was fun for about 5 minutes. Anyway, as an old fool, I took a risk. But it seems to me that young single people with a multiplicity of choices still don't choose anyone or take a risk, give that person a chance. The rating and dating rules were always pretty harsh, no matter what decade you were young in. However, waiting for the phone to ring certainly was mild compared to the nightmare scenarios that young people are facing at the moment. That's how it seems to be. And because I like sexual variety, I have been drawn to others a couple of times. To people younger than me, I admit, yep. Okay. Hardly ever, that has to be said. I love my 1%, my top 1% husband. And I wouldn't go through with adultery. A hug and a one-off peck on the lips is my limit. Beyond that, I'd feel bad. and after all, my generation are even more constrained by the bullshit rules of society. But even a simple pash is regarded as foul by some people. Well, actually, not that foul. They enjoy the attention. But then, is that a slippery slope? Well, I have to live with the fact that a person I regarded as a friend, who was happy to hug and kissed me first, screamed blue murder when I shut the connection down. No one had sex or was going to. I just didn't see a continued connection happening beyond the graveyard, where 70+% of Facebook connections go to die. So why keep it going? To say this decision was not well received is an understatement. Should I be expected, however, to continue seeing what's going on in the life of a person who was only in my life for a flicker of a tormenting time? There was nowhere for the friendship to fit anymore anyway. And it was just one example of why, despite it being pedestrian at times, I'd much rather be with my top 1% husband. Because what's going on out there is the most horrible, bloody bullshit, with everybody inflicting further damage on everyone again and again and again. And I can understand why young people are reluctant to even start. Though I will say, the crush gave me that appreciation for what I have back.
Wow, really well done. I love the attitude in that.
Thank you.
Gillian, great writing. You're muted, Gillian. So Gillian, what did you? That was a very different take on that monologue, don't you think?
I liked it. I really liked it, but I was going to say I couldn't see it properly. I could only see the top half of your head because of the way I'm looking at it on the phone. So if you've got a recording of it, that would be awesome. So I can see it properly.
Our shows actually stay up on YouTube, but I can also edit a little snippet for you. That's not a problem.
Yes. Yeah. You know the snippet that you mean. Yeah. So it was, I really liked it, but I wish I could have seen you properly, Maree, because just because of the way the screen is showing the different tiles or whatever, I'm not seeing you properly.
It might be because I actually blocked everyone out and I just had it in front of me. Could everyone else see me? Or
no. It might be more likely that it's because Gillian's in gallery view, not speaker view.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's okay.
I've actually discovered gallery view because I'm normally in speaker view and not seeing everybody else, but that's probably.
Don't worry.
So thank you for that rendition. Yeah.
As you can all see, I'm in a different kind of mask now because I wanted to show you that being COVID safe does not have to be boring. Oh, wait a minute, but this my computer doesn't like this mask. So this is a transformer. For those of you who remember Optimus Prime. Oh, hello. Yes, I think it doesn't like the silver in the mask. But what I would say is this is COVID safe. This is an outdoor mask, and it is a very valid and fun alternative for your weekday shopping. And in fact, I plan to wear mine on my next shopping trip. Yes, and I see, Sarah Rose, you have an interesting mask going on there. What's going on with you? I think you're muted.
It's the closest thing I could find to a mask.
Oh, yes, because you're in New South Wales, so this is not an immediate problem for you.
No, I'm in New South Wales, and also all my stuff is still in Adelaide. So, yeah, I don't have all my stuff here.
So is that a beanie?
It is a beanie.
Excellent. Now, that would actually be considered COVID safe in Melbourne.
Yeah. Apart from my mouth keeps falling out the bottom of it.
Well, yes, and also apart from the fact that you can't see. So it's
no, that
safe.
is the downside. I certainly wouldn't want to drive wearing it.
Yes. So it's COVID safe, but it's not actually
safe.
people safe.
Yeah.
and these are the kind of things we have to balance all the time. April, what have you got going on there?
Some of it kind of like it's a neck, it's a scarf, it's a headband, it's a balaclava, it's a whatever you want it to be.
It's all in one. Oh my gosh. See, you know that an industry has really developed when it becomes multi-use technology. Yeah. And every household should have one of those, I reckon. But it's not a snood, is it? Snoods are bigger.
No, it's not quite a snood, but it's quite wide, quite stretchy, and breathable. And I think this is
like a really big Ellis band. I love it.
Yeah, I think this is quite safe to wear outside. I've seen someone else come into work wearing one.
Yes, I think it meets our COVID restrictions. And Josh, I'm assuming that is Josh.
Yeah.
What do you got there? What's your mask alternative for us?
I have my gym bag.
Okay.
And to be honest, it smells a bit weird.
Right, so it's COVID safe, but it is potentially toxic.
Well, it keeps people away. It enforces social distancing.
Right, and does it have the same difficulty that SARA-ROSE's has, which is zero visibility?
I'm sort of in. Hang on.
Yes, but when you're in that mode, you're not COVID safe, are you? So that's your indoor mode.
So there is a shortcoming there.
Yeah, so that's your bubble mode when you're in your bubble.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, I think it's time to move on. And we have another little bit of drama for everybody. A bit of a mafia style sketch, perhaps, called A Heavy Bastard. So let me just do something very clever. Clever. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. All right. Are you guys ready? Oh, perhaps I shouldn't be spotlighting. Are you ready, Joe? Oh yeah, where's your costume, Damien?
Who says I'm not in costume? You've got a thing against jerseys.
All right,
yeah.
Right.
I'm maybe a thug, but I'm a fashionable thug.
That's what we like.
Yeah.
All right. Whenever you guys are ready, you can start.
Whenever I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready, love.
All right. Oh, blimey, heavy bastard, eh? How much do you think he weighs?
You stop your woman mouthing and get that fucker up. I don't have all day.
Right you are. Sorry.
Never apologise, you pussy. Put your back in it.
Fucking hell. I reckon if he was a cow, I swear he'd be preggers.
What do I say?
Shut it.
No, I didn't say it. I didn't.
Boston, you fucker here won't shut up. Can I do it for him?
Hey, hold on.
Look, I'd like to say yes, but they got them legislations and stuff. Says you can't teach staff how to do their jobs the old ways. Gotta be all namby-pamby and feeding sweets and treats instead of a good old-fashioned clock across the mug hole.
I could do it for you.
Hey, hold on. don't mean nothing by it. Just being friendly is all.
Lift. I said lift, you little fucker. Ow! 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 Ah.
You two pieces of shit better not muck up my merchandisements. Red hard comes out of yours if there's damage.
So flipping cold. My fingers are friggin' numb.
That's not the only part of your humanistics that's going to be numb if you drop it again. Both of you pick it up and do it right. I ain't got all errands and I ain't paying you past clock off. And you don't leave till it's done.
Sorry, boss.
Never say sorry, eh? Ow! Bastard!
Keep smarting me like that, I'll smash your head in.
I thought I told you about them legislations.
Sorry, boss.
Come on then, let's get the bastard up.
Yeah, my nut juggler's running for the big top right now. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Left.
Finally! When I get back, I want them sliced, diced, and ready for distribution.
Yes, boss.
Too much fun. Too much fun. Thank you. Oh, whoops. Oh no.
Sorry, I lost me spud.
You did lose your spud. I was waiting for the spud.
I was waiting for it, but my spud fell off. It fell off and rolled away. So yeah. I mean so that's why I'm not going to get an Academy Award, because my spud fell off and rolled away.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You screwed it up, mate. You screwed it up.
Yeah, it's not my fault it's rolled away.
Those humanistics.
I mean, why can't we develop these square potatoes that they've been advertising so long? You know, easily stackable, won't roll away. You know,
isn't that called fries?
Put some research money into it. Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. No, that was really fantastic, guys. That was fun. Excellent attitude and a rather intriguing language you used there, April. You got that down really well. Okay. Right. Oh, yeah. Sarah Rose, tell us about that mask that you're wearing.
Well, I'm amazed with what I'm actually being able to find in my house, to be honest. This is my waterproof kayaking bag.
Okay. So, well, that would be considered COVID safe. So this is, COVID-19 spreading up to New South Wales. So it's good because we're getting you all prepared.
Well, I'm only just over the border too, so.
My question is, it's COVID safe and it's colourful, so it's glamorous.
Yes.
But given that it's plastic, does it not mean that you will suffocate wearing it?
I won't suffocate, but I may get a bit hot and sweaty under here.
And Josh, what are you doing? What have you found there? What's your mask suggestion? Oh, I like it. Again, COVID safe, but I'm not sure that you can breathe. Can you breathe? Yes. I like it. It's fashionable. In fact, it looks like my neighbour. So it's the most realistic thing that we've had. Is it a character?
It's Ziggy Stardust. Or
of course.
Aladdin Sane, I think, actually.
Yes, of course. And is that cloth?
It is. It's sort of a felt.
Nice. Okay, so you can breathe, although not too heavily, I would think. Yep, I think that's a really good alternative. I want to see you down at the shops wearing that.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so. I actually really do like it, to be honest. And Maree, what on earth have you? How are you solving our COVID problem?
Well, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
This has got a dual. Look, I'm. Sorry, a bit of hair in my mouth, but a bit of mouth in my mouth. This is actually quite a sexy mask, and I'm solving the problem because this is actually, I've now proven to myself, I've had a lot of issues in the last 24 hours. I was buying something with a normal mask, my glasses kept fogging, I have major issues. My glasses are not fogging, I have breathable space.
Excellent, but can you actually see?
I can see, actually, not clearly, but I can still see. And the thing is, this is a dual mask, so I can actually just, when I get inside, you know, put it on and have a you know, a sensual look, you know, a bit of a sensual thing with someone I might have picked up doing the shopping with, you know. And
yeah, because nothing says sexy like a full face covering mask.
Well, exactly, and it is a suspender type.
It's certainly enhanced a few people's love lives, and just as our treasurer has requested, we'll probably produce another 1 or 2 babies in the world. Okay, so you can see I've got the balaclava. Now, the great thing about the balaclava, okay, is in and of itself, it's not COVID safe, because as you can see, my mouth is still open. But it's a really nice and warm because we're in winter here in Melbourne. So, you know, nights are like 3 degrees at the moment. It's freezing cold. So it keeps me warm at home. But I can go out. All I have to do, okay, again, it's one of those versatile type masks. You just put a bulldog clip across the mouth and you're good to go. So there you go. I'm just trying to find, I think what we're all trying to do here is find alternatives, because a lot of people are complaining about the medical masks and how they cost, I don't know, $15 for 10 or whatever it is. But before I move on, I wanted to give, I think I dropped this mask in the cherries. Oh, no, I didn't. It's okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, everything's breaking. So, Maree, with these masks, okay, I saw this little tip on Facebook. If you have these blue ones, can't make it. You put a bit of medical tape across the top, and you know your glasses don't fog up.
I'm using a filter. I'm using one with a filter on that actually filters air as charcoal, and it filters air in. So that's why. Yeah. I'm not using one of those, but I could.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. So now we're going to move on and to some entertainment for people. Okay. So I did my usual Facebook stalking. First of all, I have to say, we advertised that Rahana Hayes would be on the show tonight reading us a poem about her mum. Something came up. I think I might have mentioned this at the start of the show. Something came up, so she's going to join us in a couple of weeks, in a month, I should say. In the meantime, I was Facebook stalking my friends, as I always do. And my friend Shane Grant had created this fun little Devo cover, and he gave us permission to share it with y'all. So sit back and have a little bit of fun with Devo. Okay, wait a minute. I hope that's right.
They tell us that we've lost our tails, evolving up from little snails. They say it's all just wind and sails. Are we not men? We are Devo. Are we not men? DVO. We're pinheads now. We are not whole. We're pinheads all. Jocko homo. Are we not men? We are Devo. Are we not men? DVO. We not men, we are Devo. Monkey men all in business suits. Teachers and critics all dance with poot. Are we not men? We are Devo. Are we not men? DVO. Are we not men? We are Devo. Are we not men? DVO. man, but he used a monkey to do it. Apes in the plan, we're all here to prove it. I can walk like an ape, talk like an ape, I can do what a monkey can do. God made man, but a monkey supplied the glue. Are we not men? 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 We must repeat. 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 Must repeat.
How good was that? Except for the little bits where I moved it off the screen accidentally. Yeah, so I wasn't actually able to drink my cocktail in the last 2 masks, so I've gone back to an indoor, in your house. Sorry, the screen was flashing at me. Mask. Josh, what have you come up with this time? That looks like an outdoor mask.
I just thought the regular masks are so impersonal, so why not put a smiley face on it?
I love it. I think so. And that certainly looks like it's COVID safe for outdoor use. Again, well, you know, right now it has a visibility problem, but I reckon you could just poke a hole in those where those eyes are. Is that a lampshade or is that a box?
It's a box. I bought a record online a couple of days ago.
Okay, well, so you could actually put cut holes where the eyes are and
yeah,
be
and I
person safe as well as
wine or
COVID
something
safe.
to wear it as a mask. Yeah,
Lovely.
I'm not in a hotspot, so
yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard. It depends on the what you've got as to how Zoom's coping with it. But I like it. It's original, and again, I think it has applications. Very good. April, what do you got going on there?
I've got a.
Is that your hair?
It is. I'm living my Dumbledore fantasy realness.
It's a sheep beard.
It is a sheep beard. It's good for, you know, anything. You can take it on a Tinder date and people will be very impressed.
Well, you kind of can carry it around with you everywhere. In fact, you have to carry it around with you everywhere.
Yes.
I like it. And it is COVID safe. It would meet the requirements of the Melbourne mask requirements. Nice. Sarah-Rose, what have you found there?
Yeah, a swimsuit.
I'm sorry. Do you know what I'm really loving is the ingenuity here. It's like, it turns out you can make a mask out of anything in your house. The great thing about that swimsuit is that it comes with its own like ear elastics to hold it in place.
Exactly. And I've got good visibility and I can breathe. It's great.
Yeah, and like a pelican, you can go grocery shopping and just put your groceries in it. It's like having a handbag
wearing
with
this
a face
when I come to
mask.
Victoria.
Oh, Maree. Oh.
No.
Oh.
It's proving
Signorina Bella.
It's proving problematic because it won't stay in my head, and also I don't think it's COVID safe because I've got a little bit of lip showing.
Yes, but it's definitely an at-home mask, I would suggest.
I kind of
Now, you know, we need masks for all occasions here in Melbourne.
Yes.
And I'm thinking that mask has some applications in the garage, in the kitchen, and perhaps in the bed. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm willing to give it a go. I've only used this performing wise, but well, actually performing stage wise, but I can certainly try it performing bed wise as your suggestion.
Mm. Either that or while you're pumping up your bike tires. I think it all works. Damien, what have you got there?
It was a sock.
Oh, it's one of those sock masks.
Yes, very quick and easy to produce. And you want to make 2 of them because you're not going to be able to do anything else with the other sock.
Oh, you can make a sock puppet.
Maybe. I would recommend when you make the snips for the loops, make them measure out a little wider because otherwise they tend to be a bit tight around there, so they're not, they're not big enough.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, because I wear glasses, and it's a real important thing. The whole making sure they're not too heavy because of the weights on the nose and the ears. So that might drive you crazy. Yeah. Okay, and then we got a superstar mask over in the House of Chaos. Joe's getting serious here. You're muted, Joe. Iron Man, you're muted. Oh, are you deliberately muted, Iron Man?
Not quite sure how to make this thing actually work, but I'm quite sure that
I love that. What I love about that mask is it's COVID safe and it glows. I'm a fan of anything that glows. So, look, oh my God, it's almost got its own personality. And I think it comes with its own sound effects, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I just don't know how to make that happen.
I think you just open the helmet.
Oh, hello.
There you go. Oh my God. See, so when you're walking behind someone, you could just make that noise so that they know that you're there. How cool is that?
Crap. I'm out.
So that's for the indoor use. You have the mask bit down for the outdoor shopping trip. Could you actually see out of it? Can you see through?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
There you go.
Lights off.
Yep. And potentially, it probably won't meet legal requirements, but also when you're hopping on the back of your boyfriend's bike.
Look, I mean, I'll certainly look great. Yeah, and the other thing is I can wear my glasses, so if I need to, I can read a shopping list.
I'm a huge fan of any mask you can actually wear your glasses with.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on. We're actually with you, Joe, for your little story or whatever you've got for us today.
Okay.
Do you have anything for us today?
Yeah, I've got a quirky little story here.
Oh, I love it.
And if you're happy for Iron Woman to read it,
I think there's not enough metal in my diet, so go for it.
Okay, I'm down with it. Okay, this is one of Dad's. Another one.
Excellent.
I started out as a golf buggy. Lightweight and strong was how the salesman described me, which is why the boss bought me. These days I hang from a hook at the back of the garage, and although I've got a few bits missing, I'm sure the boss knows where they are. Years ago, he used to take me golfing all the time. It was good fun, even though he wasn't much good at it. He would wander along chatting to his mates while I carried the clubs and enjoyed the scenery. The work could be hard at times, but it made me proud to think that in all the years we played together, I never let him down once. Nothing lasts forever, they say. One day, a new golf buggy arrived wrapped up in Christmas paper, and I found myself dumped at the back of the garage with nothing to do. I was pretty upset at first, but I kept my chin up and hoped for the best. Then one day, the boss came in with the boy, and they dragged me out. They wanted to make a chariot for a race the boy was going to have at school, and the boss reckoned I'd be ideal for the job. The boy couldn't see it, but the boss convinced him. So they pulled me apart, and using the seat from an old Huffy green machine, they made a chariot. Huffy had been discarded by the boy when he got his fancy push bike, and had spent the last couple of years gathering dust with me at the back of the garage. They attached some long poles and ropes and took me off to the school where a number of boys were gathered to make with homemade chariots of all descriptions. When the races started, some of the boys' mates grabbed the poles and ropes, and the smallest one climbed on board to sit on Huffy's seat. He was a bit nervous at first, but he soon got the hang of it, and we lined up for the first heat. When the gun went off, the boys started running, and boy, did we fly. We sailed through the heats without a challenge, but in the final, we had to face the best runners in Year 7. The boys weren't sure they could do it, but I knew that good engineering will always beat brute strength. We left them and their cumbersome chariot in our wake and won by a comfortable margin. The boys were very excited and they all gathered around me, and everyone said what a great chariot I was and how they couldn't have done it without me. I was over the moon, but of course the day had to end and I was back in the garage wondering what was to become of me. I didn't have to wait long because the whole family was going up to Mildura for a holiday, and the boy wanted to build a dune buggy and tackle the big sand dunes up on the Wentworth Road. This time it was Huffy's turn to take the centre stage. They took off his skinny front wheel and replaced it with my wide buggy wheels. It didn't look too pretty, but it sure was effective. We all went up the sand dunes and had a great time. There were kids and laughter and crashes and bruises and more fun than you can imagine. We could have gone on forever, but we had done our job and it was time to get back to the garage and wait till we were needed again. Huffy was rebuilt and went off to live with the boss's grandchildren. I didn't have anything to do except once, when they were having a clean-up, the boss used me as a trolley to cart all the rubbish out to the nature strip. At the end, the wife said he ought to dump me out there with the rest of the rubbish, but the boss wouldn't have it for a moment. It comes in useful every now and again, and if I throw it out, I'll regret it someday, he said. So I went back to my hook on the garage wall to wait for someday. I see the boy sometimes, though he's more like a man these days. He's as big as the boss now, with a big mop of hair, and he comes into the garage to bang his weights around and play his loud music. He doesn't notice me at all. Maybe he's forgotten those adventures we had, but that doesn't bother me too much because every now and then, when the boss comes pottering around, he spots me hanging there and I see a smile across his lips. Perhaps he's thinking about the boys and their chariot, or the wild-eyed kids with their dune buggy. Or perhaps he remembers that man at the sand dunes who said, "That thing will never work here, mate." We sure showed him and his pimply-faced kid when he flew past them and they tried to slide down on a piece of tin. Whatever he was thinking, I'm sure of one thing. Someday he's going to come and get me off that hook and we'll be off on another adventure. Someday.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Another cute little anecdotal thing from the oldies.
I really like, there are two things I really like. I really like how your family are really good at animating non-human elements, like when you spoke from Maggie's perspective and now it's from this sheet of tin metal. So it was quite appropriate to wear Iron Man, by the way.
It's fun to sort of step out of your own self every now and again and imagine yourself as anything or anyone else.
Absolutely. No, and my sister has a talent for that with her writing as well. Oh, my thing's crooked. That's not a skill I possess as a writer, I have to admit. So
I'm sure you do.
You know what I was thinking too is that I think that's one of the best things about being a boy as opposed to a girl, is that when I was going to say boys make things and girls don't, but that's not true. But girls are sort of brought up to like cook and to knit and that sort of stuff, whereas boys get sent out into the shed and to play with random objects. And I hope that's changing. That pink lady's really agreeing with me. But yeah, I love that idea of just, you know, as we're doing the mask, it's like just find something in your environment and make it suit the purpose. We have so much, you've just got to be able to do that. You know?
Well,
now,
generation before us always did. If you think.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had limited resources, and so everything was upcycled, downcycled, and recycled, and co-cycled, and
Exactly.
I learned to ride a bicycle. We were living in the outback in Queensland at the time, in a tin shed, dirt floors, that sort of thing. And we found a bicycle, and it was an adult man's bicycle, and I was 7 years old, so there was no way I could get on it. So I learned to ride a bike by sticking my feet through, you know, the bit, because the man's bikes have the bar across it. So I just stuck my feet through. That's how I learned to ride a bike. Now that's a bit extreme, but it's the same kind of thing. You just make it work. You know, if you want to ride a bike, do that.
Necessity is always the mother of invention, right?
Absolutely. Now, Sarah Rose, every household in Australia can do that mask.
I call this the techie cleaning lady look.
It's perfect, and it's COVID safe. And you can also listen to music at the same time, which is fantastic. Maybe not traffic safe, but you've got your eyes. And it also means that you don't have to bring a napkin or a serviette anywhere you go, because you've got one right there.
Exactly.
I just think that's perfect. I'm getting so many ideas. I'm going to stop buying masks, because I'm seriously going to do at least 10 of these. Yeah. Maree, what have you got happening down there? It's very dark. It looks lacy.
Yeah, it's
like a veil.
Lacy.
Is it a veil?
Look, I don't know what this is. No, I do know. This is a bit of fabric that I bought to use as part of my burlesque costume when I want to just cover up a little bit. So I sort of think that a little bit of head burlesque, you know, it's like I can certainly do a bit of a look. I actually like this because it's incognito. I actually literally can see you guys so well, but I don't think you can see me that well. And I think this is
we can't. We can sort of see a bit of your chin, I think.
I'm not sure why that is.
So. That's just because of the light from the computer. Normally, you're black when you're a bit further back from it. Yeah,
it's quite ghosty as well.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to say I'm not sure that lace is COVID safe, but I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's kind of up there with crochet as not being COVID safe.
So not. Sorry, I'm leaving.
But you know, it's definitely at home safe, and again, this is something that might have some bedroom usage. So it's still, you know, it's still a very important version of masks.
Yes, I agree.
and Josh, what do you have there? Is that a scarf? Oh,
leather belt.
That's, I don't know what to say about that.
It looks like BDSM to me, Josh.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a good bedroom mask.
There you go.
Asphyxiation. I think that's called asphyxiation.
Okay, I'm going to put a rule out there. Nobody gets to wear a hygiene product, a feminine hygiene product today, okay? But as with all my rules, you can break it if you feel the urge. Yeah, and, you know, I've got my Catwoman thing. This again, okay, so we've gone for really 3 bedroom masks this time around. Now, I also have to confess, because of the masks, I've got false eyelashes on, the magnet ones, and I've never done this before. And with taking the masks on and off, one of them has very seriously shifted. So I'm just going to be, if you see my actual face at any point tonight, I'll probably look like one eye is permanently closed for some reason. So, and that's the motivation to keep wearing masks. Okay, what have we got going on now? Oh, the improv, theatre games. Okay, so tonight Josh has agreed to be our victim, and Josh is going to tell us a story. And as first of all, Damien is going to tell us what the story is going to be about.
All
right. So Damien, what's the story going to be about?
The story is going to be about Bambi visiting a library.
Excellent. Now, because stories can be boring, we are going to have some interventions or provocations. And so if we think the story needs more emotion, Sarah Rose is going to tell Josh. If we think it needs a bit more description, I think that Maree is...
No, I was action.
Oh, okay. If we think it's there's not much happening in this story, then Maree is going to tell Josh we need more action. And so that means Joe is going to tell Josh if it needs more description. If we need to know more about what it is we're supposed to be looking at or seeing or involved in. Okay. So Josh, take it away.
All right. So Bambi walks into a library.
Sounds like a doctor's joke.
First thing he does is he asks for a book on Pavlov's dog and Schrodinger's cat. The librarian says, well, it rings a bell, but I don't know whether it's here or not.
Bundish.
So instead he goes, well, can I see the self-help section? Librarian says, that's redundant. Off he goes. He passes Thumper in the adult romance novel section. Thumper's in the middle of 50 Shades of Grey. He gets to the contemporary children's fiction. He decides to go meta and start reading about the tale of Bambi. Winnie the Pooh drops by. He's after, I don't know, something about bowel movements or something like that.
So, Rose, do you think this is emotional enough?
Yeah, emotion. Motion, definitely.
Okay, well, Winnie has always had a soft spot for Christopher Robin. There was this unspoken bond. There was just this
Action.
Well, they had a fight in the parking lot once. There was a lot of complex emotions that they didn't really know, just a lot of love there, but complex emotions, and they just fought just to touch. And it all became a little bit amorous, and anyway, Eeyore...
Joe, are you there?
I'm here. Let's colour that in a little bit.
Eeyore was watching. Being the pessimist that he is, he thought, well, this isn't going to go anywhere. They're just going to fight and nothing's ever going to be resolved. However, Eeyore turns out that he was quite the voyeur. He was taping this for a live stream event on YouTube.
Can you colour that in a little bit more, please?
Oh, Jesus.
Was Jesus there?
Jesus, Michael, Azazel, and two of the disciples were there watching. It was...
Yeah, we're going to spice this up a bit.
Okay. I'm sort of...
As soon as I find my spicer upper. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, here we go. Every time I ring my bell, one of you ladies has to get him to give more, okay? Of whatever.
Okay.
So it was the day before the crucifixion. Jesus was a bit annoyed that nobody else chipped in for the fish and chips, but... Is that the bell?
Emotion.
But anyway, he let it slide because the nice guy he is. I mean, you only live once, right? Anyway, he had booked a hotel for 3 nights later. And anyway, back to the library.
Action.
Bambi had just finished The Count of Monte Cristo. He was concerned that there was no swashbuckling in the book, but yet every movie adaptation has lots of swashbuckling. Why? Anyway, Thumper had just made a mess of the adult romance section.
Oh, colour.
Basically, he saw interlinking between what's his name, Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey, and the hunter that killed baby's mother. So
Emotion.
there was a sadness that filled the room, but Bambi took it all in his stride. Although melancholy at first, he simply decided to move on. He left the library and went to the local playground.
Colour.
What was that?
Colour.
He met Piglet. Piglet had been on the sex offenders registry for about 3 years now. And even though he was instructed by the local judge not to come in 50 feet of any playground, he defied those orders simply because there was a very, 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 very young starling there.
Okay, let's bring this story to an end.
It all became fine. There was no sex.
Well done.
That was an excellent.
It was something.
It was definitely something. No, it was a really good first time. As we revisit these games, everyone will be more comfortable with them and such. Okay, so Sarah-Rose. That's actually quite an ethnic attempt at a mask.
Yeah, this is for when I visit the Middle East.
I like it. It'd be really good for Melbourne because it's freezing cold right now.
True.
But yeah, it's COVID safe, definitely.
Yeah.
And also very warm. I think that's a win-win. And as you can see, I'm in the plain white acting mask, which has added benefits. It is COVID safe completely. Okay, there's nothing getting into my nose or mouth here. I can wear my glasses underneath, although they're fogging up a little bit, but that's because I'm talking. And if you just get like a dozen of them, they're like, you get them from the $2 shop, so they're super cheap. And you can paint different faces and designs on them, so you can be really fashionable. So I'm thinking with this one, I'm going to do a sort of a bit of a drag kind of thing with glitter eyeshadow and, you know, lovely ruby red lips and stuff. So these can be fashionable or just freaking scary when they're just plain. So depending on how you want to affect the people around you. Again, when I wear this to the supermarket, I can't wait to see how people react to this one. Very warm because like the breath is coming because they're like cardboard. So yeah, I wear it on a cold day. Okay, now so that pretty much brings us to the end of our entertainment for this evening. So we are going to finish with another song by the amazing Sarah-Rose. Are you ready for us, Sarah-Rose? Yes, you look ready. Oh my gosh, I'm all foggy. Okay, take it away.
It was never meant to be this way. Alone in a hotel room on the other side of the state, staring out the window, it's like all she does is wait, drinking coffee as she counts the hours till dawn. She's never felt at ease in the city. There's far too many people, and the nightlife, it isn't pretty. Traffic jams and bar fights, she feels like it's such a pity when this whole thing has been such a waste of time. She says, send me back, send me home, 'cause I'm cool with being alone. I don't want to waste your time, but you totally wasted mine. You know you'd like to tell me more, but I've heard it all before. Now my mind is wondering, nothing you say is sinking in. Please just let me do what I came here to do. Released at night, taken by the wind, very soon drifts out of sight, lost behind a smoke screen, and she's lost the will to find. In a battle she's been caught up in too long. So tell me what you're hoping to achieve with this whole farce. I may think it today, but there's not a chance it's gonna last. Two eyes in bed at night, the more wasted time that's passed. She says, send me back, send me home, 'cause I'm cool with being alone. I don't want to waste your time, and you totally wasted mine. Know you'd like to tell me more. I've heard it all before. Now my mind is wandering. Nothing you say is sinking in. But please just let me do what I came here to do. Please just let me do what I came here to do.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. That was really stunning. Thank you. Now, Sarah-Rose, I have also noticed that you like to sing in the third person. So a lot of your songs are kind of she rather than I.
Yeah.
Is that a conscious choice, or is that just kind of how you comes out and I've put it out to you and you've never noticed?
Sometimes it's a conscious choice, sometimes it just comes out that way.
Cool. Now, I have had to take off my oh, you can't see them. Oh, I had to take off my false eyelashes because one pair came off, so I had to pull the other pair off. I'm very successful at these things. And you'll notice that I'm now in the medical grade duckbill mask. This has a couple of advantages. One, because it's a duckbill, it doesn't feel as claustrophobic as the other ones because it's not right up against the mouth. And it's a P2 mask. So we don't actually need P2 masks for COVID-19, but for the bushfires, we did. So I actually got these ones for the bushfires because, you know, we've had a lot of luck in Melbourne and we've had bushfires and then COVID-19. So there is that. But these are really good and they're very warm and they're very secure. So for people with respiratory conditions, this is probably a better mask even than those disposable medical masks. But they're also little, you can get them in packs of 20, like from Bunnings kind of thing. So they're called tradie masks, I think, because I think woodworkers and people use them. Now, the show is nearly over, but we still have a few intriguing masks. So let's, Maree, what are you wearing there? What's your next mask suggestion for us? I think you're muted, Maree.
This is actually
is that a fascinator?
This is a duster. This is a duster. So, and what's touching my face is really pleasurable. Like there's these little, it's hard to describe, but they're little funny things that are all over the inside of the mask. So it's really comfortable and really pleasurable. Like you don't know, like a sort of one of those self-massaging things. Yeah. I don't even know what it is, but yeah. So this could prove popular. I think this could actually catch on because of the design. I think.
Well, yeah, I mean the hand is cool, and I do like the idea of the feathers against the face. That sounds really delightful. Again, I think it's another. Your collection seems to include mainly bedroom masks. I'm noticing.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe yes, but I think it's a seller. I think it's a seller. So.
I think there is an audience for that mask, definitely.
So do I.
Okay, I'm going to go to the House of Chaos there. And Joe seems to have a bit of a Star Wars theme going on. I'm not saying that you're, a groupie or anything, but you particularly seem to like the dark side.
Yeah, let's just say you should all come to the dark side. We have cookies, we have parties, and it's way more fun.
It's making me think Bendigo is a scary place.
But I will say that even though it's scary here, we are COVID-free, reasonably COVID-free.
Yes, that's true. And that mask would qualify. That would be considered COVID safe. And I presume you can see. So
just a little bit. Only just.
So maybe not driving in it, but you could perhaps walk down the street.
Probably not. Look, it's really good for one thing, and that's walking around saying, these are not the droids you are looking for. That's about it.
Oh, and possibly the mask of the evening may go to Josh. May actually have to take his out to speak.
Indeed.
You may have to spit that dummy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's not COVID safe.
No.
But you know, it'd be hard to pick why, really. But it's really, I think if you could get a dummy that like had a bigger circle thing, that might actually work. But you don't actually, it's got to be somewhere you don't actually want to talk to anybody or need to use your phone.
Yeah.
Or else you really will literally have to spit the dummy. I want to thank everybody for their fantastic solutions to the mask wearing conundrum tonight. I think there was the offers have been fun and inventive, and there's even been one or two really practical ones that could work and aren't as boring as this or the medical mask. So yeah. So first of all, I want to remind everyone, next week, we have next fortnight on the 9th of August, we have the musical, SAMSARA'S SOIREE, with 8 original songs, including songs by the wonderful April GARREFFA and Iron Girl Joe Boyd, and the marvelous Sarah-ROSE MILLAR. And a little sneaky number. We're going to have a burlesque dance in there by Devil Woman, otherwise known as MAREE SHEFFORD. And there's going to be a little sneaky number that's not officially in the script by Damian and Josh. Can't wait to see how that works out. I'm really looking forward to that because everything else I kind of know what's happening. That one, I don't know how they're going to deal with it because, you know, every Soirusical has to have a theatre game, and these guys are improvising something for us. Okay, so just remember we have a Twitter account if you wanted to tell us about, tell us what you think about anything you saw tonight. If you have any mask suggestions that are more outrageous than the ones you've seen tonight, please send us pics because we would love to hear about them. If you don't use Twitter, we've got a Facebook page, so you can do it that way as well. SAMSARA'S Soiree. We also have a Possible account, so you can become a financial subscriber or patron to the show. So for like $1 a month, just to support us in making this happen, which is through possible.com, SAMSARA'S Soiree. I keep saying that now, SAMSARA'S Soiree. But seriously, come back next week. We're going to blow your minds and you'll be laughing in a big heap on the floor. But until then, bye-bye everyone, and have a great 2 weeks, and we will see you again on the 9th. And no, I'm never going to learn how to use this. Damien, do you want to say something?
No.
Okay. All right, let's see if this, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Wait a minute. Where is it? Oh, let's try that. No, that didn't work. That did not work. Okay. Oh, come on. The world doesn't hate me. Zoom just hates me. There we go. Found it. Nowhere to go. Okay, bye everyone. Oh, and I just wanted to very, very quickly say, so I've realized the pink lady is like having a peppery margarita, which is actually really cool. Anyway, bye everybody. Until
Bye.
next fortnight.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.